The hymn Leaning on the Everlasting Arms was written by E.A. Hoffman in 1887, and it has been published in 554 hymnals. That's a lot of hymnals. No wonder that it's so well known by so many. When you hear the hymn, and if you've heard people singing it live in person, you know that people typically start leaning from side to side when we get to the leaning, moving from side to side. And people have a lot of fun singing the hymn. And when that happens, it's hard to believe that the hymn is from the 1800s. I'm sure it's the tune that helps give the words such a relaxed and secure feeling of comfort. What a fellowship. What a joy divine, leaning on the everlasting arms. What a blessedness, what a peace is mine, leaning on the everlasting arms, and then leaning, safe and secure from all alarms, leaning on the everlasting arms. When I think about that safe and secure leaning that the hymn talks about, it makes me think about what it's like when a child falls down and scrapes their knee or their arm. Something that bleeds a little bit, is all scraped up and really stings. And if the child sits by themselves on the sidewalk and there's no one around to come comfort them, it can start to feel worse and even be a little bit scary. Sometimes they even panic. But if one of their parents sees them fall and comes out and scoops them up and puts them on their lap and holds them while they cry and while it hurts, suddenly everything in the world is a little bit better, including the part that got hurt. In verse 3, it says, "What have I to dread? What have I to fear when I'm leaning on the everlasting arms?" This hymn was inspired by Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 27, that says, "The eternal God is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms." When we hear this hymn, we might contemplate what it means to feel a place of safety in the arms of God, our parent. What might it mean to feel a sense of safety in God's arms in times of fear and struggle? And what might it mean to allow God's joy and peace to wrap around us and hold us in our loneliness and in our anxiety?